Welcome back. You're watching News Now, and let's now head on to some news that's coming in from the RBI. Well, the Reserve Bank of India Governor Sanjay Malhotra has announced that the central bank's policy rate will remain unchanged at 5.25%. And this decision was announced today following the RBI's Monetary Policy Committee meeting, where the unchanged rate was decided unanimously. In fact, the governor said that the MPC has maintained a neutral stance, arriving at the decision after a detailed assessment of evolving macroeconomic conditions and the overall economic outlook. My colleague Ankur is now joining us with more details. So, Ankur, the RBI has kept the central bank's policy rate unchanged at 5.25%. Give us the kind of rationale that the governor stated this morning after the MPC meeting.
Yes, it's a no-change policy as far as the headline rates are concerned, but there is a lot of announcement which has been made by the governor, especially on the banking sector. There is, of course, advertising, marketing and sales of financial products and services by regulated entities, and thereby mis-selling is something which the governor is cautious upon, and there will be draft guidelines which will be issued on 3 issues, including mis-selling, which also includes recovery practices which is done by the agents. And also there is one particular customer-centric announcement which has been made on review of framework of limiting the customer's liability if any kind of fraud transaction, digital transaction happen, and that could be their reality very soon. But coming to the policy announcements, of course, there is no change in the repo rate, but the growth and inflation dynamics has been kept intact. This time 7.4% for FY26, and if you talk about the next year, yes, we do not have the full year guidance which is coming from Reserve Bank of India, but it has been revised upwards to 6.9 and 7% for Q1 and Q2, and similarly even on the inflation front, it is going to inch upwards of 4% in the next financial year. That is a caution which is coming in from Reserve Bank of India, but all will depend on the new series which is expected later this month.
After a detailed assessment of the evolving macroeconomic conditions and the economic outlook, the MPC voted unanimously to keep the policy repo rate unchanged at 5.25%. Consequently, the STF rate remains at 5% and the MSF rate and the bank rate at 5.5%. The MPC also decided to continue with the neutral stance.
In fact, we spoke to Rama Mohan Rao, the MD of SBI, to get his views on the MPC's actions to curb mis-selling. Let's listen into what Mr. Rao had to say.
The regulated entities also take several measures. It is directly under the oversight of the board and the various board committees which deal with the customer service. But the proposed measures, I mean, which we need to look at the fine print, what it entails, I think further bolster the confidence of the people. I think that the practices will be more aligned to the regulatory compliance. So I think we need to look at the fine print as to what is the further liability on the part of the bank that is envisaged. But in general, the banks are always aligned to reduce the mis-selling or minimize the mis-selling. RBI has been very proactive in terms of liquidity management. They have been using various tools that are available to them, whether it is a long-dated VRR or otherwise, whether it is a dollar-rupee buy-sell swaps, etc. And of course, the OMOs also. I think the last one has been very effective in terms of not only providing the liquidity to the system, but even actually sending a message on the yield side as well. So I think, as Governor has said, they will continue to monitor the liquidity, and liquidity management is the top priority, because everybody knows only when the liquidity is robust, then the transmission will also be faster. So I think this will continue to engage their agenda.